What's up everyone, Jon Venus here. I'm here with Nimai Delgado today, and today we're gonna tackle our top 6 arm exercises. We're gonna be talking about biceps and triceps, starting with biceps. And the first exercise is the barbell curl. Now you can go really heavy on this, you can go light on this. It's a great exercise to actually increase in strength with. And one of the reasons why it targets the biceps so well is that you're kind of forced to have a supinated grip. It targets both heads of the biceps pretty much equally, so the short head and the long head.
You want to eliminate all excess motion while you're performing this exercise. So like John said, you want to get a full range of motion, fully extend your arm on the way down, and when you come up, just make sure you get a good contraction, squeeze it for a good second, half a second, and then lower the weight slowly and really concentrate on the negative, because this negative rep is what's going to really increase the amount of size that you're going to gain from this exercise. Rope cable push downs. This is a great exercise for building mass as well. One of the key things to recognize when you're doing this movement is to kind of keep your elbows a little bit tucked towards your side, and when you lower the weight, make sure you get a good squeeze again at the bottom of the motion, and then when you raise the weight back up, make sure you're getting a good negative rep as well. So make sure you always keep time under tension in mind when you're performing these exercises, because you will fatigue the muscle a lot quicker and you will get a much better efficient workout by doing this.
And on this rope push down, a lot of people make the mistake of doing this. They kind of retract their scapula too much and start over here and just go like this, so they're kind of swinging. It's a really good idea to just start over here and push down so your arm makes a straight line.
This particular exercise really focuses on targeting the lateral head of your tricep, so this outer head right here, essentially using your entire tricep, but you can focus on different heads with different exercises.
So the next bicep exercise that we're going to be talking about is the preacher curl. Easily one of my favorite exercises. Now you can do this two ways. You can have a wide grip or a narrow grip. The wider grip is going to be focusing more on your short head of the bicep, and the narrow grip is going to be focusing more on the long head. It's really important to extend your arms completely straight while doing this exercise to make sure that you develop your biceps correctly and get long biceps.
One of the main functions of the preacher curl is to eliminate all other movement and completely isolate your biceps. So naturally you're going to be a little bit weaker on preacher curls, so you want to lower the weight and decrease any kind of likelihood of injury. So we probably lowered the weight maybe 20-30% than we did compared to the barbell straight curls. At the bottom of the movement, you're a lot more likely to put stress on your insertion points at the bottom. So if you go too heavy, then you might actually increase your likelihood of tearing your bicep or maybe having some kind of strain. Dips. This particular gym did have a dip machine, and I like to take advantage of these dip machines just because I feel like you can isolate your triceps a little bit better. For this exercise, you really want to, again, keep your elbows a little bit tighter to your sides and make sure that you're using challenging weight. Make sure you squeeze. Squeezing is probably one of the most overlooked aspects of training, and you are kind of cheating yourself if you don't get a good contraction at the peak of the motion. For this particular exercise, you want to squeeze at the very bottom and then lower the weight slowly up to the top. You can either do this on a machine, you can do it on just parallel bars with added weight, whichever one feels better to you. I like varying it up. I like switching back and forth between weighted dips, target a little bit more of the chest area and the tris, or going to a dip machine like this one and targeting mainly triceps.
A good thing to keep in mind while doing these dips or machine dips, your neck should not be moving. So a lot of people will do the dip machines and do this. At the same time as they're doing the dips, they're kind of shrugging up. You want to keep your shoulders fixed and just focusing on pivoting your elbows.
Okay, so if you haven't noticed by now, we tend to like to do a more heavier exercise in the beginning of the workouts and then do more of the detail work later on in the workout. So one of the best detail work exercises you can do for biceps is incline dumbbell alternating curls. You can do them both at the same time, but I like to isolate one arm just because I feel like I can focus a little bit more at one thing. One of the best tips that I use for incline dumbbell curls is to always have my palms facing the ceiling. So whenever I'm lowering the weight, my palms are always facing upwards. Now this creates a little bit of added stress on the short head, and you can even think about at the top of the movement almost twisting your pinky to the wall. So twisting your pinky away from you, and you can actually feel and see the contraction as I'm just sitting here now. So as you can notice from the video too, we're also varying our angle in which we're lowering the weight. Now we're not lowering it straight down. We're lowering the weight to an outward angle and lifting the weight at that same outward angle. And what that does, it just creates a little bit more stress, a little bit more loading on your biceps, particularly on your short head. So that's just a little bit of a variation that we incorporated in this exercise.
So the last one is going to be a tricep exercise, which is a single arm tricep push down, but you're doing it kind of like crossing your body.
You can actually do this tricep exercise a few different angles. You can do it across your body, you can do it more straight on, or you can even do it away from your body. And I suggest you try each one and see which one you like the best. But for me, I personally like coming across my body. One of the main things to consider in this workout is to try to keep your elbow fixed at a certain point. You're not incorporating any kind of shoulder movement and pushing the weight down. You're just pulling the weight down with the contraction of your tricep. One of the most important things, like I've mentioned 3 times in this video, is to focus on the negative rep. Now, time under tension is a big thing to consider as far as effectiveness goes, because if you imagine doubling the amount of time it takes to lower the weight, you're essentially doubling the amount of load that you're putting on your tricep. So eventually you'll get even more sore the next day. You'll notice how effective it is as opposed to just lowering the weight mindlessly and not making the intention of lowering it slowly.
So that's pretty much it, guys. That's our top 6 exercises for arms. We really encourage you to try them out and leave your thoughts after you try them out in the comment section below. Let us know how you feel, if you felt the muscles working properly, if you got sore the next day. Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out Nimai's channel. Link will be in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe, and as always, I'll see you very soon.
See you guys.
Peace out.